that we take things very seriously when we understand the importance of it. For example, this kartal. What do you think? How much is the cost of this? How much? What do you think? How much is the cost of this? Maybe 200, 300 rupees, right? A pair of kartal will cost you 200, 300 rupees. It's made out of brass. So you're just leaving it here, very casually. Very casually you leave this here because the value of this kartal is 200, 300 rupees. Would you put this kartal just like this if this was made out of diamond? Can you imagine this is a whole solid, such a big diamond? Would you just keep it like this? No. In your house, do you just throw around your gold ornaments? No. Keep it very safe. Why? Because it's valuable. Plastic jewelry, you may just keep here and there. If it loses, it's okay, you just get one more. But if it is very expensive, very valuable, then naturally the tendency is to keep it very safe. If a simple example of jewelry or diamond, you keep it so safe because it's valuable, because it's expensive. And you protect it quite well. You lock it up very nicely, and you don't also give the key to everybody. In the house, if you have servant, certain keys you might give, but the key to the treasury, meaning where you keep your money, your gold, your diamond, you don't give that key to everybody. Why? Because it's valuable. Similarly, this human form of life is the most valuable gift of God. So you don't waste it. You don't take it for granted. You don't leave your gold earrings outside thinking nobody will steal. No. You protect it. Similarly, if just some material things, you take it so seriously, how protective we have to be to see that our human form of life is not wasted, that we protect it, that we utilize it in the right way. And I'm so happy because to see all of you utilize your human form of life in the best way possible. See, eating, sleeping, mating and defending, that the humans do and the animals do. What is the big deal about that? But in human form of life, you can do something which the other species of life cannot do. That is God realization. You know, Lord Ram's father, Maharaj Dasarath, he ruled Ayodhya for 60,000 years. He lived in the city called Ayodhya, which literally means cannot be conquered, cannot be defeated. Yet, when Maharaj Dasarath left his body, none of his son was there with him. No Ram, no Lakshman, no Bharat, no Shatrugna, and Kaikeyi, who was so dear to Maharaj Dasarath. He was the most loved one out of the three wives. But he ended up completely changed, and Maharaj Dasarath was completely disappointed. This is the reality of life. That death do not spare anyone. So between life and death, the time that you have, none of us know how much time is that between life and death. How we utilize that time, that is the question. And therefore, I am humbly requesting all of you to contemplate on how you are actually utilizing the time that Krishna so kindly has given to us. That we don't waste it, that we understand the value of human form of life. The human form of life is meant to be spent in such a way that for eternity we end birth, death, old age and disease, which is the real problem of our existence. Not having enough money, not having enough resources, not having a good health, not having proper education, it's not the real problem of life. The real problem of life is forgetfulness of Krishna, as a result of which we have been in this circle of birth and death. So human form of life is meant to end that circle. In this human form of life, we may be this or that. Educated, aristocratic, influential, this and that. What about next life? I'm sure all of you have a good bank balance. Why? Because you're worried about the future. Is anyone here that, okay, I have so much money in my bank, I'm going to spend it all today? No. Why? Why did you keep it? Because you're thinking of the future. To make sure that the present is secured, to make sure that the future is secured. So in this human form of life, we are supposed to do things in such a way that for eternity, life is secured. Not just for today. So being Krishna conscious, being God conscious, is the process by which we can secure our we can secure our very existence for eternity. Now, whenever the Lord comes, He does not come alone. He comes with His associates, He comes with His abode for a purpose. Just like you are here for a purpose. Everything has a purpose. So the Lord comes for a purpose. And the purpose of the Lord's descent is to attract all of our life and soul towards Him through His beautiful pastimes. That's why the Lord comes. He performs beautiful pastimes. We hear those pastimes. We get attracted to the Lord. At the end of life, we remember the Lord and go back home, back to Godhead, our eternal home. See, our addresses keep on changing every day. You know that, right? Many times a day, our address changes. Like right now, what is your address? Is this home? At this point, where are you? Right here. So this house is your address. Then after some time, you'll be in your car, or you'll be walking, or you'll be in some vehicle. So what is your address then? Your vehicle is the address. Wherever you're walking, that is the address. Then you'll be in your normal home. That is your address at that time. Even in your home, you're in the kitchen. So kitchen is the address at that moment. In your bedroom, this is going on and off. So, when you are in your bedroom, that is your address. So what I'm trying to say is that your address keep on changing. But you know that our last address for this body is the crematorium. That's the reality of life. Through Dasarath Maharaj, we learn that you can have a very exotic life, you can have a long life, but we must live this body. Except another one, according to our karma. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Vasamsa yirnani yatha vihaya, navani krishnati naroparani, tatha sarirani vihaya jirnani, anyani samyati navani dehi. Just like the cloth, our dress, we change our dress, we change our body. So a perfect human form of life is that life when we are surrendered to the Lord. And one of the best example is Mother Sita, completely devoted to the Lord. When the time came for Lord Ram to leave Ayodhya and go to the forest, Kaikeyi wanted Lord Ram to go to the forest, not Sita, not Lakshman. So when Lord Ram came to Mother Sita, and Mother Sita was completely devastated, and Lord Ram was trying to counsel her, telling her, please be here in Ayodhya. Mother Sita said, no. Wherever you are, I'll go with you. Lord Ram tried to explain to Mother Sita about the impediments in staying in the forest. But Mother Sita did not want the comfort of the city. She would rather be with Lord. So sometimes the Lord will examine our intention in different ways. The other day we were giving a class and we were talking about there are two words. One is Ram, other one is Aram. Ram and Aram. So Lord Ram actually offered Aram to Mother Sita. Stay at home, stay in the palace. Our mother is here, all the facility is here. But Mother Sita chose Lord Ram. Many times material nature will try to allure us. Hare, why are you going to Mataji's house for Krishna Katha and Kirtan? Stay at home, watch TV, spend time, watch Facebook, just relax, watch a movie, this or that. But all of you chose Lord Ram instead of Aram. It's very important that we intentionally choose the Lord, giving up bodily concept of life. This will give us a permanent solution to our continuous problem. Look at the life of Bharat. How much Bharat had to tolerate. You know that when Kaikeyi made this conspiracy due to certain historical reason, asked for this boon that Bharat would be the king, Ram had to be banished to the forest. Bharat was not there. He was not in Ayodhya. He was far away. But when Bharat came back, his father was gone. His two brothers, most beloved brothers, Ram and Lakshman, were vanished to the forest. Mother Sita was in the forest. But the whole city of Ayodhya blamed Bharat for everything. Oh, you crooked one. You wanted to be the king. Therefore you persuaded your mother to ask this two boon from your father, as a result of which Lord Ram had to be vanished to the forest for 14 years so that you can become the king. Even Mother Kausalya misunderstood Bharat. My dear Bharat, now you will be the king. I beg you, please also vanish me to the forest so I can stay with Lord Ram. You be happy here with your mother Kaikeyi in the city of Ayodhya. Kausalya misunderstood. The whole city of Ayodhya misunderstood. Even his own father misunderstood. He told Vaishishta, when I die, my son Bharat should not touch my body. So much pain Bharat had to tolerate. But in every circumstances, Bharat's devotion to Lord Ram did not deviate even for a moment, nor even an inch. So all of us will go through different phases in our life where many times we will be blamed by our near and dear ones. We will be misunderstood even by our own family members. So many impediments will come. It will come. But we have to make sure that we do not deviate from the path of devotion to Lord Krishna. And the last thing for today's class, isn't it sometimes getting cut off? এটা Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Can you hear us? Okay. So we discussed example of a fully surrendered soul is Mother Sita. We talked about how in the process of devotional service, many times we will be misunderstood. And there is a lot of load in our soldier. And we will have to tolerate all that. No matter who you are, no matter how influential you are, how powerful you are, all of us will have to go through this process of purification. So when something happens like this in our life, please take it as the mercy of the Lord is a process of purification instead of getting bewildered and disappointed. There is no point in getting disappointed. There is no point in losing heart. It's not worth it. Why it is not worth it? Because the human form of life is very short. If we carry that burden in our shoulders, it is only us who will suffer. To better not to give so much importance to this type of pressure. What will help us to be strong in dealing with this process of purification? So each of us have our own issues. And I don't think that anyone can say, Prabhu, I have no issues. Some of us, we have health issues. Some of us have mental issues. Some of us have relationship issues. Some of us have, finance issues, and so many issues are there. How to fight it out? In the process of devotional service, there are, like I said, many impediments that we'll have to deal with it. Unless we are strong spiritually, there is absolutely no way we can deal with such impediments. Just because you go to the gym and you have a big muscle, just giving an example, doesn't mean you can deal with the problem of life. Yes, some problems you can solve, like lifting heavy stuff physically. But unless and until we become spiritually strong, we will not be able to overcome the different impediments of life. And one of the key principles of staying fit spiritually is the association. When Mahaprabhu was asked to define a Vaishnava or define a devotee, Mahaprabhu said, Asat Sangatyag ei Vaishnava Achar. A characteristic of a devotee is that he avoids Asat Sangha or bad association. Because in the wrong association, no matter how powerful you may be, you will be influenced and you will be discouraged. Why do you think that many of us have certain bad qualities? It's because of association. How does one start smoking? Because of association. So we have to be very, very careful to see that we are in the right association. There is a very famous saying, if you want to know who that person is, how that person is, just look at his friends or her friends. You'll figure it out. So just sometimes, not all the times, but many times, by seeing the circle of theirs, you'll be able to figure out what type of person that is. Association will drag us down, and association will uplift us. So I am very happy because I feel that you have really a good association. You chant together, you have classes together, you get that spiritual strength, and you'll be able to deal with any issues in life, be it material or spiritual. Never at any point a devotee or a sincere soul feels he doesn't need any more good association. Never. You can be at the highest level of spirituality, but you're always hankering for good association. You know Mother Kaikeyi. She loved Lord Ram more than her own son Bharat. And I was giving an example that in Ayodhya, when Lord Ram got married, came to Ayodhya from Mithila, Kaikeyi gave her own palace called Kanak Bhavan to Mother Sita and Lord Ram. For Kaikeyi, her very life and soul was Lord Ram. But what happened? What happened that Mother Kaikeyi at one point decided that Ram has to be banished to the forest for 14 years and Bharat had to be the king? What is the reason? It's the association of Mantara. All her love, her attachment were completely finished due to bad association. You can think, I'm sure you can relate to this, because in our life, at some point, we had some bad habits because of the association. And we came out of that because of good association. And we are experiencing that practically every day. The day, there are some association, as soon as you talk to them, you feel so much burden. You feel so much pressure. 10 minutes of talk, you feel like, my God, what a conversation. I wish I never had. And then there are some conversation. You speak for 10 minutes, or you listen for 10 minutes, you feel inspired. Why? Association. It's very important that we understand the power of association and associate accordingly. Never underestimate the power of association, be it good or bad. Never underestimate, and never think that I'm powerful enough that this bad association will not affect us. We should never underestimate the power of good association or bad association. And the last point for today is the power of lethargy, power of laziness. Sometimes it overtakes us. Oh, not today. I'll miss today's class. I'll miss today's japa session. Anyway, time is there, no? Nothing's going to happen if I just miss 1 or 2 classes. We have to be very careful. Any opportunity that we have to advance in Krishna consciousness, we must accept it. Wherever there is lethargy, wherever there is laziness, advancement of spiritual life is not there, the Lord is not there. And the example is given that when Lord Ram who was leaving Ayodhya with Mother Sita and Lakshman, the whole of Ayodhya wanted to go with Lord Ram. And Lord Ram was saying, please stay back. Bharat is there. He'll protect all of you. But the residents or inhabitants of Ayodhya wanted to go with Lord Ram. Lord Ram could not stop them. So the whole city of Ayodhya, all the inhabitants of Ayodhya was following Lord Ram. And they came on the bank of a river. And in the evening, Lord Ram was still telling them to go back, but they did not go back. When the time came, everyone fell asleep. Lord Ram took that advantage, left them, went ahead. So if we fall asleep spiritually, we lose a chance. Never let that happen. Every single day, we have our schedule. You have your routine. You have certain spiritual activities that you do every day. Please stick to that. And make your mind so determined that no situation will stop you from executing that. Like I said, in life there will be many impediments, many unfavorable situations. But Bharat Maharaj never deviated. Never. So this is something that we can learn from the pastimes of Lord Ram and Lord Ram's associate, such as Mother Sita, Bharat, and the inhabitants of Ayodhya, Maharaj Dasarath, the Kaikeyi, Manthara, they all have a purpose. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Is there any question on the topic that I spoke? Nothing out of the context, but if you have a question from what I spoke, you may ask. Is there any question? No? Okay, so we'll do some kirtan now.